Hello and welcome to the PaTMa July update. It's been a slightly quieter month for us here at PaTMa in terms of features and changes we've been rolling out, but there has been one big thing on everyone's minds, and that is MTD. That's right, MTD is now live and the first submissions have been made as we have reached just after the 7th of August at time of filming. So what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to have a look over some of the features that we've launched in PaTMa, as well as discuss how MTD and the submissions have been taking place. So after a lot of preparation, testing and getting everyone ready, MTD for income tax is now officially underway. It's live in PaTMa and it's live across the nation. The first quarterly update covered the first 3 months of this 26-27 tax year, with the deadline for submission being on the 7th of August. We're really pleased to have seen PaTMa users successfully completing their first submissions through the system. And for those of you who have been using PaTMa to keep property records up to date, this means the process can now become part of the normal rhythm of managing your properties, rather than something you have to prepare for in the background. Of course, this is only the first quarter. There are 3 more quarterly updates to come, and then the submission of your self-assessment at the end of the year. However, if you made your first submission, that means you're through the first major milestone of the personal tax year. If you're still yet to make your submission for MTD, you'll be pleased to note that even though the deadline has passed, HMRC are being calm and relaxed and aren't giving out any penalties or fines for this first year's running of MTD, so it's not too late to get signed up, get your information in on PaTMa and make your first MTD submission. One of the improvements we've made this month actually ties in with MTD, and that is the ability to export your quarterly MTD return into a spreadsheet. This gives you an easy way to take a copy of your data out of the system and give it to your accountant or financial advisor to review outside of PaTMa. Moving away from MTD, we've also made some useful improvements to our announcements section in the software. So from now on, whenever you make an announcement through PaTMa, you can include attachments. So this is really helpful for being able to send out any updated guides, documents or information that you have. One good example is if you have updated your privacy policy as a landlord or agent, you can send that out across all tenants all at once without having to separately email or message your individual tenants with separate documentation each time. And finally, we've made a small improvement in the banking area. If you have bank accounts that you no longer use, you can now edit these and mark them as no longer active. And what it will do is put them into a separate section for disabled accounts, meaning that it's a much cleaner layout where you can see your active bank accounts and any previous accounts that you have had connected in the past, whilst they're still present in the system, are kept separately and out of the way. So that's everything for the July update. It might have been a slightly quieter month in terms of feature implementation and changes in the system, but it's been a pretty significant one in terms of rolling out MTD and helping many of our clients complete that first milestone of their quarterly submissions. A big thank you to everyone who has been using PaTMa for their first quarterly update and for all of the feedback we've received along the way. We're going to continue working on the MTD process, making it as straightforward as possible to help as many clients as we can over the rest of the tax year. And like I said earlier, it's not too late to sign up and start MTD for this tax year. As always, if you do see something you'd like to see added in PaTMa, or if you have any feature requests or something you'd like to say, do get in touch. You can drop a comment down below on this video, or you can email us at support@patma.co.uk. Thanks for watching.